A single narrow stretch of water, barely wide enough in some sections for two-way tanker traffic, has once again become the focal point of global concern. The Strait of Hormuz, long recognized as one of the most strategically sensitive maritime choke points on Earth, is now at the center of a rapidly developing geopolitical standoff. What makes this moment particularly alarming is not just the visible movement of military assets, but the convergence of rhetoric, signaling, and timing. Iranian officials have issued firm and increasingly direct warnings in response to heightened naval activity by the United States Navy. These statements suggest that continued provocations could invite retaliation, language that signals a shift from routine caution to potential escalation. At the same time, references tied to Donald Trump have reintroduced historical tensions into an already fragile environment, layering political context onto military positioning. The situation is no longer theoretical. It is active, dynamic, and unfolding in real time. What's at stake is not just regional stability, but the stability of global energy systems and financial markets that depend heavily on uninterrupted flow through this corridor. To understand the gravity of this moment, it's critical to recognize that the Strait of Hormuz is not simply a geographic feature. It is the central artery of the global oil network. Nearly 20% of the world's daily oil supply passes through this corridor, connecting major producers in the Middle East to markets across Asia, Europe, and beyond. This makes even the slightest disruption disproportionately impactful. A minor incident, such as a commercial vessel being approached aggressively, a surveillance drone entering contested airspace, or naval units engaging in close maneuvering, can set off a chain reaction. Insurance premiums for tankers spike almost instantly. Shipping companies begin rerouting vessels, often at significant cost and delay. Oil prices respond within hours, sometimes minutes, driven not only by physical risk but by perception and speculation. These shifts ripple outward, affecting fuel prices, transportation costs, and inflation across multiple economies. In essence, what happens in this narrow waterway does not stay confined to the Gulf. It echoes across continents, affecting households and industries alike. But this is not a sudden crisis. It is the continuation of a long-standing strategic rivalry between Iran and the United States, one that has played out repeatedly in the Gulf region over decades. A recognizable pattern has emerged over time. Increased U.S. naval presence is often followed by Iranian warnings emphasizing sovereignty and regional security concerns. These warnings, historically, have not remained rhetorical. They have frequently preceded tangible incidents: tanker seizures, maritime standoffs, drone interceptions, and tense close encounters at sea. Each episode has tested the limits of restraint, bringing both sides to the edge of confrontation without crossing into full-scale conflict. However, the current phase introduces an added layer of complexity. This is no longer purely military signaling, it is political messaging amplified for global audiences. Public rhetoric is intensifying, and diplomatic language appears to be taking a backseat. When communication shifts from quiet negotiation to public deterrence, the margin for error narrows significantly. Misinterpretations become more likely, and the risk of unintended escalation increases. The strategic importance of this region cannot be overstated. The Strait of Hormuz sits at the intersection of global energy flows and geopolitical power dynamics. Its narrow geography makes it inherently vulnerable, while its economic significance makes it indispensable. Beyond oil, the region serves as a critical junction where global and regional powers intersect. The presence of U.S. forces introduces a superpower dimension, while nearby nations such as Saudi Arabia, Israel, and the United Arab Emirates remain highly sensitive to any shift in regional balance. This creates a complex web of interests and alliances. An incident involving one actor can quickly draw in others, transforming a localized confrontation into a broader regional crisis. In such an environment, containment becomes increasingly difficult. The interconnected nature of military alliances, economic dependencies, and political rivalries means that escalation, once triggered, can spread rapidly and unpredictably. What concerns analysts most at this stage is not just what is happening, but what could happen next. In highly tense environments like this, escalation is often not the result of deliberate decisions, but of miscalculations. A vessel straying too close to another, a drone entering contested airspace, or a misinterpreted signal can rapidly shift the situation from controlled tension to active confrontation. The economic dimension further amplifies these risks. Markets respond not only to events but to expectations. Even the perception of instability can drive oil prices upward, increase shipping costs, and strain global supply chains. These effects are not abstract, they translate into higher fuel costs, increased prices for goods, and broader economic pressure on populations worldwide. This is why the current situation is being closely monitored by governments, financial institutions, and security analysts alike. It is a scenario where geopolitical tension and economic vulnerability intersect in real time. Looking ahead, three primary scenarios are emerging. The first is a controlled de-escalation, where both sides maintain strong postures but avoid direct confrontation. In this scenario, diplomacy, often conducted quietly behind the scenes, helps stabilize the situation, though underlying tensions remain unresolved. The second scenario involves limited regional escalation. This could include isolated incidents such as vessel interference or minor confrontations, trigger reciprocal actions and drawing in regional actors. While still contained, this scenario increases instability and prolongs uncertainty. The third and most serious scenario is a major international crisis. In this case, a single miscalculation, an accidental collision, a misinterpreted maneuver, or an unintended strike could escalate rapidly, involving multiple nations and disrupting global energy flows. Given the strategic importance of the Strait of Hormuz, such an escalation would have immediate and far-reaching consequences for global markets and security structures. At this critical juncture, attention is firmly fixed on signals from Washington and Tehran. Analysts are tracking every indicator: additional naval deployments, shifts in military posture, emergency diplomatic communications, changes in shipping routes, and rising insurance costs for vessels operating in the region. These signals will provide early clues about the direction of the crisis. The next 6 to 24 hours are particularly crucial. In geopolitical flashpoints like this, situations can evolve rapidly, often without clear warning. What begins as a tense standoff can either stabilize through careful management or escalate through a single unexpected event. The world is now watching this narrow corridor with growing concern. The question remains open and urgent: will this remain a controlled standoff, or are we witnessing the early stages of a crisis that could reshape global energy security and geopolitical stability? Hit the subscribe button right now. Click share and spread this update. Turn on notifications so you never miss a global alert. And drop your thoughts in the comments, because in moments like this, your voice matters.